Okay, Pisces, Spirit wants to get deep with you today, honey. And so I'm going to start off by asking you, are you ready? Like, are you ready to get a little bit deep? This is for Pisces sun, moon, or rising. So first of all, Spirit wants to talk to you about the feeling of being judged, because it seems like possibly somebody has judged you recently, maybe even judged you harshly. And this can also be triggering a feeling of judgment from the past that you've carried with you. The message here is that Spirit does not want you to shrink yourself or change yourself based on someone else's judgment. And that can happen subconsciously too, meaning it's not just like, oh, they don't like it when I do this, so I'm going to stop doing that. It's also subconscious, like, oh, well, maybe that makes them uncomfortable, so I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Spirit says you need to live your truth. You need to live your truth unapologetically, and don't worry if somebody else is judging you and you're like trying not to make them feel bad. That's on them, how they feel. You get to be you. Like, you just moving through the world as you are is what you're supposed to do. If somebody else has a problem with that, that's their problem. So Spirit doesn't want you shrinking, changing, modifying, going a different route just because someone else is feeling a type of way about it. Like, that's their challenge to work through, not yours to modify for them. You can't fix that for them. Like, you need to worry about you is what's coming through, okay? Also, Spirit wants to talk to you about something that you might be putting off. You did get the procrastination card. So it feels like there's a decision. And in this case, this is really a decision, not an action. There is a decision that you're putting off. And Spirit wants you to inspect what's underneath that procrastination. Is it a fear of something? I feel like you're afraid you're going to lose something if you make this decision. So that's why you're putting it off. But Spirit's like, hey, whatever this is for you, it's really important that you actually take like a pause and a moment and sit down and be like, okay, why am I putting that off? And like really get to the root of it. And I'm going to say, ask yourself why over and over again until you get to the deepest level. Like, what's at the bottom of that? You know what I mean? Like, there's something in there. Like, picture a deep well that you're like kind of like drawing water out of until you get to like the murky bottom. That's what you're supposed to get to with this procrastination, because Spirit wants you to make a true decision, like a real decision for yourself. And until you know why you're holding back from making that decision, it feels like you're not going to make the decision that's the most authentic to you and your journey. And your journey is very important. There's a lot of messages about your journey in this reading as well. So let's pause on the journey, but get to the bottom of the procrastination, okay? And then the other thing that came through is detachment. This one's really interesting because, you know, as a Pisces, you may have at certain points in your life felt things very deeply, and now you've trained yourself to detach quite a bit so that things don't affect you so much. Spirit actually wants you to maybe walk that back a little bit. Like, you're not supposed to go through life completely untouched by life. So really think about, like, are you too detached from people, from situations, from your own emotions even, but just think about like how much detachment you're carrying. And you may even be taking pride in that detachment, which is great because you've learned to survive, you know, by doing it. I get it. It's a coping mechanism, but Spirit's giving you a little bit of a heads up to make sure that it doesn't go too far or it hasn't gone too far. You are supposed to be experiencing the world and experiencing your feelings and experiencing relationships and experiencing ups and downs. Like, we're put in these like human bodies to have experiences, not to be completely detached from those experiences. So I'd say there's a lot of messages here with these oracle cards, like at the beginning of the reading, to really just sit and think through and just do a little self check-in with, okay? Because you've got some great things coming up. So Spirit's like, hey, you know what? You are supposed to have this amazing and authentic journey. I'm just going to start showing you the cards because they're so pretty. Okay, so you did get the Ten of Cups, which in this deck is represented by the yellow brick road. And the Ten of Cups is all about like emotional fulfillment, dreams come true, happiness, all the good stuff, basically, right? So if you think about it, what's at the end of your yellow brick road? What are you trying to get to? Like, is Oz your destination? Is the, you know, what's at the end of the rainbow? Just really think about like, what is that like thing for me that I'm trying to get to, like, and really picture it and visualize it, because Spirit says if you can stop procrastinating on this decision, if you can stop holding yourself back because of judgment, if you can reconnect a little bit more emotionally, you're going to get the thing that's at the end of the yellow brick road. But when you visualize it, Spirit wants you to visualize it honestly, like not based on what anybody else thinks, or like stop worrying about like what your partner wants. Like the real question here is, what do you want? What is it that you want authentically, clearly? Like, yeah, anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? Like you're supposed to truly picture what this is for you in order to be moving in the right direction. Okay. And it feels like maybe that's why you're afraid of making this decision that you're procrastinating on, is because you don't want to admit what it is that you actually want to yourself. Right. So think on that. Okay. Because you're supposed to be completely you in order to get it, because you do get it. You got the 6 of Wands, victory, recognition, like people celebrating you. Like, and this is like even your spirit team celebrating you, spirit team celebrating your self-awareness, your growth, your advancement. You are leaving fear behind. I'm just going to say it. You are supposed to leave fear behind. So what would you do if you had no fear? What would you do if you weren't afraid of anything? What would you do? What's at the end of that like yellow brick road rainbow for you? What does that look like? I actually want to hear it if you don't mind sharing in the comments. Like, be brave, honey, be brave. And then also you got the Hermit. So Spirit does want you to spend some quality time. Look at how cute the little mouse is, by the way, in your little home teapot, like really just like picturing this, really like working through it, and really like being okay with you, and really just like setting this out, like laying out this course for yourself. Like hermit up and just really think about, what do I want? What do I want? Not what do I want, you know, weighing in everybody else's, you know, feelings and opinions and whatever. What do I want? You know, I want to see you get better at saying, I want this. In fact, claim that. Claim the energy of wanting and of being able to declare, I want this, I don't want that. Like get better at that. Practice that, like honestly. All right, you also got the 3 of Cups, and again, this is represented by the tea party, and I just think it's so cute. Like I just love this vibe of this like colorful pastel tea party with your friends. So yes, you are supposed to go out and have some experiences with your friends. So you have to balance this like hermitness and doing fun things with your friends. And so I am going to challenge you, like life isn't just like emotions and emotional work and shadow work and blah, blah, blah. Life is also about, again, having those experiences. So have you been too detached from your friends? Are you enjoying your friends? Are you doing fun things? Are you like, hey girl, let's go to the pool together? You know what I mean? Like, are you really having a good time with your friends? If not, go schedule a good time with your friends and call them up and practice saying, I want to do X. I want this. That is what I want. And see what happens. It might work out for you, okay? In fact, Spirit is saying it will work out for you. You also got the Moon card again. We keep getting this so much. So interesting. So today is the day after the new moon, and we're getting a lot of like emotional work, emotional release energy. So, you know, this is probably the right time to be having this conversation about some of these like deeper topics, and just really thinking through like what's meant for you, and setting down like fears and judgment and all that other stuff. But the moon still has some secrets for you. And so like as you go through this cycle of like hermiting up and like thinking and processing and then experiencing and then thinking and processing, like I just see you going through this cycle. Think of it as the phases of the moon. Think of it as an organic process that you do that. But also note there are still some secrets for you to uncover. The moon has some secrets for you. I love that. I actually really enjoy that energy. Okay, let's pull your affirmation cards. Let me find them. Awesome. Found them. All right, so while we pull your affirmation cards, remember I do private readings and consultations if you want to talk about anything. And I also have my first shadow work live exercise this Sunday. The link is in my tree. I'm super excited about it. So if you want to delve into any of these topics in an actual guided exercise, like it's fun. It's a really nice creative one, and you do it from home on a live, so it's like private, you know what I mean, but in a supportive environment. All right, let's get your affirmation card back. Come on cards. What does Pisces get? Okay, woo. All right, now they're popping out. Okay, so you got I'm supported, which is perfect. You are supported in your journey. You are supported in your authenticity. I'm going to tell you that. Okay, you also got 000. I am a creator. You get to create your future, manifest your future. Picture what's at the end of the yellow brick road, because what you're picturing is what you're going to get. So it better be what you really want. Like that's honestly the vibe here. 000. I'm a creator. Okay. Then you also got 25. I am intelligent. You are so smart, honey. You're going to figure this out. You're going to get to the bottom of it, and you are going to go after what you want. once you stop procrastinating. Okay, love you, Pisces. Good luck.